Okay, welcome back. Today we are in the small town. Well, I'm not sure how small it is now. It used to be pretty small, but of Green Cove Springs, Florida. And there's a park here and all kinds of things here. I've been here one other time back in the past. I just didn't actually do YouTube then. But I'm here for two reasons. One, just to kind of see the town here, and also just do a video of the town. And also, back in 1971, there was a really kind of obscure science fiction film called, it's either Zaat or Z sub A sub T, like spelled the letter Z A A T. It was filmed here. Now, of course, MST3K in the 90s got a hold of it and renamed it the Bloodwaters of Dr. Z. And right now I'm in this gazebo, but I will be looking for the filming locations of that movie, along with many other things just to see along the way. So, on to the first filming location. So in one scene of the movie, there's a scientist that comes down to investigate. By the way, the movie's about like this this monster that comes and attacks and terrorizes this town. I'll go into more of that later. But at one scene, a scientist comes down and is checking like where an attack was, checking like I think he's got like a Geiger counter or something that clicks. But he pans down this street right here to that house right there. There's a car that comes up and stops right here, and he gets out. A guy gets out and is testing the yard of this house. So there's like a little Jeep kind of car that comes down this road, and I'm actually about in the same location that the camera was, and it pans down here and stops, and a guy hops out, and this is the house that I'm looking at right here. So I will show you how the house looks from the movie. But this is the same house. It hasn't changed very much, except a lot of the foliage has grown up, and it's a little weathered looking. But that's one of the scenes. This house right here is actually shown twice in the movie in two different times, one at nighttime, one at daytime. Now, of course, it is a private residence, so I don't exactly want to like invade their privacy too much. But just for this one quick scene, I'll sort of show it. There's a scene where a boy and a girl are sitting on the porch up there, and a monster comes up and attacks and kills both of them. And the camera's in about the same location I am. They're sitting in a porch swing. Of course, it's nighttime, so it's a little hard to see. You should see the boy and girl sitting on the swing, and the camera backs out, and they hear this rustling kind of in the, rustling back behind them. But it's the same house. It's been here since '71 at least. That's when the movie came out. Not much has changed except for a lot of the foliage. This tree right here was a lot shorter, but it's the same tree. Now, there was never a scene in the movie where the camera was back this far from the house, but since it's a little hard to see the house because of all these trees, I thought I'd back up here to sort of show you how it looks. A regular two-story house with a wraparound porch. Actually a pretty nice house, actually. Really close to a lot of the springs and the water and everything. And easy access to the park. There's a Green Cove Spring Park just right over there. But yeah, that's the house from this angle. Like I say, a while ago, or a few minutes ago, I was standing kind of up right there, filming the house from that corner. So the swing on the porch that the boy and girl were sitting in was probably right there somewhere on the first floor. There's been a lot of changes since 1971, but a lot of things are still about the same. That pier is about the same, and that pier is actually in the movie at one point. I'll show where the camera was and go into more detail about that in a minute. Here's the gazebo where I started the video at a while ago, and right over here is the spring that comes in, and there's a scene. It's a bird flew by, wow. There's a scene in the movie where one of the characters cuts across the spring to make it over to the road over there where the pier's on. So there's been a lot of like changes since 1971. This gazebo wasn't even here. but there's a scene where a character named Walker, he crosses this creek right here. And the way you can tell it is that this bridge, which I think actually is a new bridge, and it's actually up this way now, it's kind of closer to us now than it used to be. But it used to be bowed over anyways. This is just kind of a flat bridge. And then the oak tree right there is there, you can kind of see it. And Walker crosses this stream here, and he runs up toward up that way, over that way. I can't hardly point. You can see how most things look the same. There's a lot of like new changes. They got like a new park and all that way up there that wasn't even there. A lot of undeveloped back then, but still pretty much the same, like the creek and all that. But very cool seeing it still looks pretty similar, kind of similar like it used to. So this is the new bridge that they built, and of course it's all new, and it's I think changed locations a little bit. It used to be kind of up that way, but I'm gonna get a shot just looking down off the bridge and about out that way. So here's the water. Barely see the bottom. There's a fish I think swimming, a couple fishes there. But Walker, the character in the movie, crossed somewhere right in here, across there, and walked up, way on up that way. That's about how it looks from this direction. There's the gazebo I was at a while ago. I was standing probably right over there a while ago, filming up this way. So that's about where I was in relation to where I am now. Very cool. Very cool. This is their public pier here at Green Cove Springs, and they actually used this partly in the movie. Now once again, it's at nighttime, a little harder to see. Actually, you can see it from whenever Walker was crossing the stream, the character Walker. You can see this in the background, this whole street. Now, a whole lot of buildings in the background have been demolished and changed, but you can tell by about, I think I'm lined up correctly, or yeah, correct, right, I don't know. Well, first of all, the monster comes out of the water over here, right about, right in here somewhere. But it comes out of the water right beside this pier here, and if you notice on the pier, they have some really tall lights, really tall lights that go way down that way. Now those are gone now. Now these shorter lights are here, and in the movie, it's pretty cool because you can sort of see now. This may have been changed quite a bit, but you can see like there was a drain there. In the movie, you can see that there was a drain or some low spot right there where water had drained down to, so that's still there. And then right beside me is a palm tree and this planter, and I think a cypress tree, and those were both there. They're shorter, a lot shorter, but you can definitely see the palm tree because you can see like all the offshoots that are now way up there. And the camera's kind of right here, and the monster comes out of the water, and the cameraman pans, following the monster up the street, headed into town, up there, right up through there. Now most all these buildings, like I said, have changed over the years, and so there's not really very much of the buildings left, at least on this street. Now there is one building up there that's still left over, and I'll show that in a second. But there was all kinds of stores and shops. I think a drugstore that, well, in the movie it was a drugstore. They fixed it like a drugstore, I think. I guess it's something for the library, unrelated to the the movie. The movie is actually really kind of obscure. Like I said, Mystery Science Theater 3000 did it in the 90s, and it's pretty funny actually. Although it's actually kind of an interesting movie just to watch without the commentary by Mike, Crow, and Tom. And I'm pretty sure this is Walnut Street, Ron, which leads right into the public pier. As a matter of fact, this is a brick street, which looks kind of older actually than the pavement, so that may have been here when they filmed everything. Over there is a swimming pool and the park and all that they built. See, they've now built a restaurant called Roger That Wings and Things, so actually it's pretty good actually. But that was not even here, not even thought about whenever the movie was here. I read somewhere that I think the budget that they had for the movie was between $50,000 and $75,000, which was pretty low budget. This is Magnolia. This is Magnolia going that way. There's their city hall. See, I was right. Walnut Street. That's the name of the street. We were just on Walnut. Or actually, we're still on Walnut. Here's something interesting. I saw some Google Maps. I didn't actually even. Now this wasn't used in the movie, but this is an old theater, so this is kind of cool actually. The Clay Theater. Looks pretty closed up now, but looks like they had like a courtyard or something in the center over there. It's pretty cool though. Like I said, it's got nothing related to, like I said, it's either Zaat or Z sub A sub T. I'm not sure how they pronounced it. But what I'm more interested in right now is this street right on up here. Let me get across the road and I'll show you why. Now we're actually walking by the filming location. Now I had to get on that side of the road to see it, but see that sign, the Hair Pros Salon and Guitar Station? Wow, that's a cool alley. But anyways, that sign, now it wasn't a guitar store whenever the movie was being filmed here, but that's the same kind of sign they had. But there is I guess a guitar store here. Now it's closed today on a Sunday. But there it is. So this is still Walnut Street, by the way. Coming soon. So this street right here was used in the movie. It's actually pretty much about the same. It's not really much been changed about it. But at one point there's a police officer that's actually a big crowd of people that are out in the street. And there's a police officer on a truck that's alerting the people like stay calm, or not stay calm, but either leave the town or go home and lock your doors. And the reason why we know this, or I know this, is that the vents in the side of that building, you can see those in the movie, and the way that roof looks, which is kind of curved up there at the top, that's still about the same. Now this awning here is built out, so that's new, but that building's pretty much original, so the one down beside it is. But of course it wasn't a guitar store and a hair salon. And also the camera was kind of elevated too. So the camera is kind of elevated actually, showing the street, and I got on my tripod here. I'm going to try to recreate the same kind of height that they have, so let's see if this works. So yeah, there's this, I'm out in the street now, which is still Walnut Street, and these vents and these buildings here, you still see them. They're here to this day. But that's the guitar store. And let's see, there's just vents up there, so I can show those. Yeah, those are the probably the same exact vent, especially those look pretty worn. And then right here is this kind of weird shaped roof with like the little peak, the arch right there. And well, of course there's actually an alley here, and it's actually in the movie, it's a little hard to see, but right here, that's a little peak right there. I don't know what this was. That's now Kirkhoff and Associates and all kinds of other stuff. But there's a better view of that building. Looks like a projection screen. You can like project movies on this screen right there. But yep, still about the same as it was back in 1971. Probably about the same kind of same road too. All the bricks. So the very beginning of this street, the camera's down there where I was a while ago, and then a little bit later on the camera moves to about right here, a little further down, and very good shot of those vents, 1, 2, 3, and 4 on that building. Or actually it's one back behind the post, so it's 1, 2, then 3, then 4. And then of course that building down there. But and this building changed quite a bit. That copper tone roof is not there anymore. But yeah, we're over here now, and the same bricks, looks like the same bricks, are still here today. But yep. So yeah, there's the alleyway again. And this projection screen building. And I think most of the buildings on the left over here have been torn down or remodeled since the movie. But there's one that I have to go back and check that looks kind of similar actually. And it's the building right beside the theater, that red brick one. That building right there. Yeah, that building right there, not the theater, but the red building, looks kind of like an old building that may have had back then. I don't know, may not be. And there's the water way down there, there's the water way down there in front of us. So supposedly the film crew and the monster actually walked up the street, you know, to get to when it first came out of the water earlier. I wonder if it was as hot that day. I wonder if it was as hot that day as it is now. Oh God, this is like the middle of summer. Actually, I think I read somewhere that the director of that film, which I can't remember his name, actually, or maybe the actor that played the monster, kept the costume until he died. It was just kind of a funny thing, it's like his garage. Just a guess, I think that probably was one of the locations of one of the buildings that was in the movie. That Roger That Wings and Things restaurant. There's the pool down there. We still have one more scene that we're heading to in a few minutes, but after that scene, that covers most of the major scenes. I mean, besides them filming at like studios, but like a lot of the outdoor scenes, that covers most of them, except for a few of which are in Marineland, down in Marineland, Florida, and then a few are in a town of Switzerland, Florida. And Switzerland, Florida is not very far from here. I think actually it's right across the water. Right across the water. But I couldn't really tell where they filmed, what they filmed there. But they may actually really film some stuff there that I just didn't realize. But if anybody down below actually knows any more stuff about the movie, or has seen the movie, or has been to Green Cove Springs, let me know. But we'll head on to the next location. Well, here we are back at the gazebo where I first started the video, right there. Then there's the playground and the park and all that back up that way. And like I said, there's the house that I got, that Walker and all of them were at, the character of Walker and a few other people were at, and the boy and girl who got killed and all that were there at that house. I'm actually gonna go up there and do a few more shots of that house that I didn't manage to get. actually a pretty nice house, actually. I mean, it's actually got kind of like in the prime spot for being this close to the water and the park and all that. But it's a private residence, and I don't want to intrude on their privacy any more than I should. So, so I guess on to the next location, on to the next filming location. So this last filming location that we found here in Green Cove Springs is over actually on Rodrigo Street. It's a little further away than where we had been around the Green Cove Springs Park area. Now actually it's a lot of those were on Walnut Street based off that, except for the house, which is on Farrow Street, which is really close by. But you actually get to this by taking Walnut Street. So it looks like they just took, the camera crew just took that whole street and just went down it and found locations to film. And so this building, or what was in the movie, was like a little county jail firehouse thing. And actually that building is no longer here, but the location of where it was is still there. And just right beside it is another fire station that looks kind of similar, kind of not. Actually the fire station is that turquoise building right down there. And then you see all this construction equipment and utility stuff beside it. That's where the building actually was that had the fire hall, or the county jail fire station. And they actually filmed several scenes at this building. Now unfortunately, like I said, the building's actually gone now, but we can pretty much tell this is where it's at because of the way the road curves and the power pole and the palm tree. And there's a railroad track over that way. I'll walk up closer to that in just a second. And one more thing, actually there's more than one thing. One of which is that there's this driveway right here, and then this gutter right here. And you can see all of this, including, let me get up close to it, there's a rock down below, or down beside this palm tree, and that rock was in the movie. You can sort of see it. It's right there. So this is about where the camera was at in 1971, because you can see the railroad tracks. Actually, there's two bicyclists crossing the railroad tracks up there right now, and the road kind of curved around, and this building was not even there, so forget that for right now. But in the movie, a Winnebago kind of RV pulls up right, and the camera turns a little bit. Well, actually, hang on. It comes up, and the camera starts turning right here. Winnebago stops. This other Jeep or car passes by, and to show the building right here. Now, of course, like I said, the building's gone, so you have to kind of just imagine this. There's the rock right there, right below the palm tree. There's this power pole right here, and the way this road curves, so you can see all that in the video, the power pole and the rock and all that. Actually, in the video, or in the movie, it's actually a lot of rocks right around there, but I guess they got rid of all those and left the heaviest one behind. But looks like now the city, or Clay County, is using this as storage. Well, this is the same driveway, and then after they get done with the Winnebago, they actually, the camera, of course I don't have very good zoom in my camera, but I think there's like a door that they walk into right there, right somewhere right in there. But yeah, that's about where the Winnebago came. I'm actually standing about where the Winnebago parked, actually. I think I probably am. Right in here where the Winnebago RV parked. Probably. Most likely. And the Winnebago says Input, I-N-P-U-T, or yeah, on it is some company that they made for the movie. But you can see, here I am walking up in the driveway of what used to be the county jail and fire station for the movie. But it's all kinds of just construction equipment now. Now, I'm not really sure if that building was actually already here before they started filming the movie, or if they just built that for the movie. But it's actually kind of a cool building. It had like an archway over the door, and you can see that in the video, a little archway over the door. So to get an idea, well, of course, there's where the building would have been, but to get an idea what the fire department would have been, or looked like, was this right here. It's kind of close. But this is the new one they built, which I don't think they even use anymore. So it may be out to meet the same fate as well as what this did. However, I get the feeling they demolished this one pretty fast. I don't know. For some reason I think that. I don't know why. But this is actually built kind of the same way actually, because you have a little entrance over here on the right side, and but it's not the same building, and it's painted differently, but this is about how it looked. So just imagine the fire station being right there. So actually, if we were a camera in the Winnebago, this is what we would have seen. We would have seen that view right there. Kind of fun to think about it. And there's a railroad track up there, right there. Railroad track. Sorry, tongue twister. Here is just over all kinds of signs and junk back behind here. All kinds of road work, everything. There's actually still more pavement right there. You can sort of see the pavement underneath those well, trailers. That was probably left over from what was in the movie. There's a rain gauge. Doesn't look very cleaned out though. And here's this rock. Like I said, there's actually a lot of other small rocks around this when they were filming the movie, but I guess my guess is that they got rid of all the rocks, the smaller ones that were easy to move, and just left the heaviest one behind. Now that may have actually been here. That looks like something that's been here for a long time. I find it hard to believe that they just brought that in for the movie, but they may have, I don't know. And then this drain right there, you can see this in the movie too. The drain in the movie, you can see it. But like I said, there's probably other locations. Oh, back behind us, it's just like a big industrial kind of utility kind of thing. I don't even know what it even is. Yeah, and like I said, there may be some other locations of other houses here in Green Cove Springs, but I couldn't narrow those down. It's starting to rain. But I'll back up to where the camera was. Right about here. And the building was right over there. But it's gone now. Here, look at this. This is some more utility stuff. This is like a storm sewer. And I'm up on top of it now. Look at this. Just kind of walking around top of the storm sewer. Interesting. So nearby where the fire station was and all that is this museum they have. They have this train car, and well, it's actually, a lot of things are closed actually right now, but you can sort of see the things. This is like an old jail. I'll walk up to that in just a minute. Green Cove Springs. Stop on red signal. Oh, okay, yeah, like a train. But and then there's this jail here. Clay County. What does that say? Clay County Archives. 1894 Old County Jail. Historic Triangle. Oh, that brings to mind something. Look at this. So, it says Historic Triangle right there. Well, here we go. Here's this Historic Triangle right here. I mean, it says Clay County Historical Triangle, and it's an actual triangle. So, I guess the sign itself is historical too. So, bit of a joke there. But, here's the jail, and kind of a cool thing they have at this jail is they have a prisoner hanging on, or a dummy of a prisoner hanging on to the bars of the window, like it's gonna try to escape. So there it is. There we go. She's trying to escape there. Looks like escape from Alcatraz, but it's more like escape from 1894 Old County Jail. Please check in at the archives before entering Old Jail. You can kind of see in there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. And so during the daytime, or not during like, I guess the week time, they have like tours in this place. All kinds of stuff. It's kind of cool actually. The air conditioning is blowing in right there. you know, you can see in there. I think. Sort of. We can get turned around in there. Let's see. There we go. One of the barred windows. There's a window right there or something. A door or something. A vent maybe. Thunder. It's been threatening to rain the whole day, I think. Well, earlier it wasn't because it was like beaming down. Someone's beaming down on us. Here's the train tracks and the train. Atlantic Coastline Train Bulletin. Wow. I'm on my train. Can we see inside here? Yep, you can. There's a train in there. Very old train. Clay County Historical Museum. There we go. Wow. A lot of stuff in there. Here's what looks like a courthouse they used to have. Oh no, it's part of the same building. Do not open this door, but I will definitely look in. There we go. It's raining. Huh. Just a little bit of water is not gonna hurt me during the summertime, especially. Interesting. It's a big building. Wow. It's a huge building. I can see, well, I mean, I don't know when this was built. I mean, it may not have been here whenever they filmed the movie, but I can see why I would have chose to film a movie here. It's actually kind of a nice little town. I said little, it's actually kind of large now. Actually kind of a nice town. Here's like a memorial thing for remember our fallen soldiers. Same train track. I saw lightning. I don't know if I caught that on video or not. And I think back behind those trees is where we were at a while ago, the fire station used in the movie, fire station. There's the thunder. That window doesn't have any glass on it, or it's pushed up, so I gotta see inside of there. And then there's a window up there. Let's see what's on up there. But this is a real jail though, really a real old jail. There we go. Like that pun there, a real old jail. I got it. Look at this, all kinds of signs for different governors and people. Our prisoner again, trying to escape prison. Look at that door, look at that, wow. Archives hours, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, except for holidays. Lunch, 11 to 12. Well, like, what kind of lunch are you talking about here? Like a jail lunch? Like bread, maybe? Bread and water? No. No, not much to see here. It's just that it's just the entrance to the, or an entrance to the jail. Something unrelated, I don't know if I'll have this in video or not, but that Napa Auto Parts right there, that blue building, well, when I started researching like locations, I used that like as a reference point. It's kind of funny actually. Come full circle, haven't I? That blue building right there is Napa Auto Parts. So before the rain gets here, one more thing I want to show is this external fuel tank that from a rocket that they have over here. This is one they built but never flew, because the other ones they burn up in the atmosphere if they go up. So this never flew, but this is one of the real ones that they were going to use probably. Here's something we have, some pictures and some stuff they've written here. Some pictures. Well, this is, I think they have like a big like museum of just stuff like that over here. But all kinds of signs there and things. Length 153.8 feet. Wow, empty weight 58,500 pounds. Wow, whenever it's at launch, it's 1,680,000 pounds. Holy crap. Wow, that wasn't loud there. Yeah, this must have been on one that they never flew, because the ones that go up with the rocket, when they let them back off, they just burn up in the atmosphere. So this one was never actually used. But it was like one they could have used. Oh, it's raining way over there. Look how raining it is. It's gonna rain. Ah, let me get out of here right fast. Get a shot of the nose. Oh, it's raining. There we go. Raining harder than it was earlier. There we go. It's a nice shade here. Keeps rain off me a little bit. There's that end. Wow. It's heavy. We're looking that there's a rainbow right there. Yeah, you can sort of see it actually, right there, rainbow. There it is. And just behind us, like I said, is big rocket engine. But yep, there's the rainbow right there. And I think actually it's raining. It's actually raining over that way where the rainbow is. Kind of slacked up just for an instant over here, but probably not for long. What's this, like a big scale on the ground? I think so, like a weight scale. I'm not exactly sure what this was or what it is. Well, can't pick that up. Nope. Well, that moves. Don't want to pick it up though. I hope no water's gotten on my lens. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to see if it did. But let me stop my camera and wipe it off. Let's see. There we go, much better. Rainbow's gotten pretty bright. You can see the rainbow a lot better. It's a bright rainbow. Especially on this end. I think it comes down to the water actually. That's the end of the water. All kinds of boats and stuff. That's some long thunder right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have like a lot of like military and other kinds of just boats and all kinds of that for a museum over here on this side of Glen Cove. Not Glen Cove. Boy, that's in Colorado. In Green Cove Springs. Well, there's a stop sign right here, and that sign says no trespassing. Now, I think that means not going out like over there, but I think I'll just stop right here just to be on the safe side. Very cool. I would walk up further or farther, but you know, I'm not actually, you know, don't want to get in trouble. It's actually double rainbow. You can sort of barely see it, I think. Well, this is fading. One back behind it. Maybe kind of hard for the camera to see, but that's it. So there's like an echo sound. Listen to this. Hang on. I'm gonna knock on it. That's for a long time. Have a great day. Take it away, Hayden. Have a great day. Be seeing you.